How you doing, guys? I'm here with another video. This video here, it's probably gonna piss you off. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna piss you off. Um, I seen half of this video, but it was like a small skit of it, and I actually found it actually being on the news on the Inside Edition. So I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Who she says molested her when she was a teenager. Her husband never knew that the man she says molested her when she was a teenager. Her husband never knew that the man who married them had allegedly abused his wife for years until just a few weeks ago. Yesterday, Bobby Gebhardt shared her story here on Inside Edition, and today her husband describes his shock and anger.
How sick and perverted can you be?
The husband of the woman who stood before her entire church and accused the pastor of having sex with her when she was a teenager.
You did things to my teenage body that had never and should have never been done.
Is now speaking out. Nate Gebhardt stood side by side with his wife Bobby and joined in the denunciation of their church leader.
What he did to her was completely evil and satanic.
The 43-year-old mom of four says Pastor John Lowe began grooming her when she was 14 and took her virginity when she turned 16. Bobby says the sexual relationship when she was 14 and took her virginity when she turned 16. Bobby says the sexual relationship lasted 9 years until she met her husband.
So if my math was right, at 16, he was having sex with her till she was like 25. That is crazy, bro. And it said is he and then she said that it stopped after she met her husband.
Incredibly, Pastor Lowe even officiated at their 2004 wedding. She never told Nate about the relationship until just last month.
I took a few moments and I just started sobbing, crying. I went outside, I threw a chair, I probably used every cuss word in the book.
Pastor Lowe here.
After Lowe was confronted with the allegations, he made what Bobby and Nate saw as a half-hearted confession during his Sunday sermon.
I committed adultery. It was nearly 20 years ago. I sinned.
He got a standing ovation, but Bobby and Nate were fuming.
It was a disgusting display of trying to twist the truth.
That's when Bobby and Nate decided to rush the stage.
I was just 16 when you took my virginity on your office floor. Do you remember that?
I didn't see this right here.
I know you do.
How brave is your wife?
She's the bravest woman I know.
Nate held up a ring on stage.
This was Bobby's purity ring, which she wore while this man had sex with her. I don't want it in my home.
When you claim and parade yourself around like a pastor and you do that to someone, you are a wicked, evil person, and that's what he is.
Wow.
Bobby credits Nate with helping her find her voice.
It's not been easy for him, but he has supported me, and even now, he feels like if I can be a voice to help other people, he's here to support me in that.
The pastor would not
She credits Nate. I don't know what that means.
comment on our story. The age of consent in Indiana is 16. The state police comment on our story. The age of consent in Indiana is 16. The state police is investigating. They ask anyone with information to contact detectives.
So he groomed her at 14, knowing if he can get into her head when she gets to 16, he's able to make a move, which he did, and kept making it all the way up to she was 25. But I would say what he was doing obviously was terribly wrong. He waited till she was 16 because he probably knew the age of consent. But you got to play devil advocate a little bit because after a while, her being in her 20s and stuff like that, being 24 or something like that, she said 9 years from 16 to yes, from 16, I believe, 15 and 16. So what is that, like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? Yeah, so it's 25, right? After a certain point, you start to mature and start to get an age and start to realize what am I doing is wrong. Now, for her to keep going back to that church while it was happening, I don't know why she didn't report that in her maybe her 20s or something like that, 21 ish. Why didn't she say, "Hey, I don't want to do this. Stop doing this. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be like just stop. Like I'm here to learn about the Lord and stuff like that. I don't want to be part of anything sexually." I don't know why she didn't stop to there until she waited till she got married, and then like I think she said a month later. It doesn't give really specific dates, but she said a month later she gave the confession to her husband, like this happened. Now him coming out in the crowd like that is crazy because it seems like his church was thinking like he stepped out of his marriage. He has sexual relationship with another woman. He committed adultery, but all of them probably thinking when they got him and start clapping, they thinking like, oh, he just coming out, he confessing, he's telling us, hey, he messed up as a pastor, not knowing that no, he messed up with a child. I really want to hear I really want to hear the crowd statement because they how how this is like the inside edition, how they kind of do it. They kind of just give the victim side more of the press of the like show their face a little bit more, but they don't really show his side or trying to understand why he even did it in the first place. Like why are you touching grooming a 14-year-old? Wait till she's 16 to like I don't know, but I don't know why she kept going to that church. I don't know. At a certain age, I would think like, hey, I need to stop going to this church because he keeps doing this and I don't want this happening. You know what I mean? So why wait till you're married? Then like what? A couple months later, maybe he was trying to get it, and she's like, "No, I'm married," and then she came out with it or something like that. But it's like I don't know. I don't know why she let that go on for that long. But I can't say for a woman like the reasons why and stuff like that. There's probably a lot of verbals and a lot of things in that area why she probably didn't speak out or something, or why she kept going to that church. But him being a pastor doing that is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And it's ridiculous for them to have the age of consent at 16. That is crazy. That is crazy. But man, leave your comment section down below, man. Y'all know me. I'll comment right back. I'm pretty quick with my replies when I see them, stuff like that. Please let me know what y'all think about this, because this is crazy, man. This is crazy.